everyone, happy Monday. Hard to believe it's week 5. Really, really crazy. Wanted to give a quick overview for assignment 2 that's due this week. So for those of you that are working in the health care setting now, or in a setting where you've had an ethical dilemma that you can use for this, even from volunteer work, internships, practicum, you use one of your own ethical dilemmas or situations you've been involved in and analyze it, and then you're going to reflect on that dilemma. If you don't have one to use, you can look in the news. There's all sorts of news articles, news stories that have ethical dilemmas. When you just look it up, you can find many stories. I don't have a specific time frame that it needs to be like a recent event. You can go back if it's something that hasn't occurred recently and use that. And then for that one, you would reflect kind of on like your own initial reactions, biases that may have come out, thoughts on what the situation was and how you were processing it. And lastly, you could also use any part of the Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So if you want to use something from that book, since there are so many, you could also do it with that book as well, since we've been reading that throughout our class. One other thing I wanted to say, there's really no minimum or maximum for the paper length. I'm not looking for it to be some very formal formatted paper. It is more kind of written like a reflection with a little more detail as far as maybe citing sources in that sense. But I don't have a minimum requirement for any of that. For those of you that don't want to write a paper or prefer to do something else, last year I also let students do a slide presentation instead and submit that as assignment 2. And so we had about half and half last year. Half did papers, half did a slide presentation. So either one is fine with me. If you are unsure of whether your story works or a situation works, reach out to Megan and me, and we will look at it and we'll let you know if it would work. But just look at what we're asking for this assignment, and then see if the situation you're thinking of fits into those questions and prompts that we're giving for that. +1 this after you see it, please, and I will see you on the community.